Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday. It's 3:39 a.m. I'm on my way to the gym. I'm feeling extra good. I still have not stepped on the scale in over a year, so I have no idea how much I weigh, but I take a picture of myself every 2 months and I put it side by side on a big ass screen and I look at it and I see what my change and my progress is, and it's good. This weekend I had went to a service early in the morning and I had heard something that was kind of cool. It jumped out at me and it said, where two or three come in agreement. And the pastor walked over to his wife. He grabbed her by the hand and he was clearly acknowledging to the rest of everybody else that this is the person that he has come into agreement with in his life. This is the person that he sat down with and said, what do we want? Where do we want to go? What do we want to do? What do we want to have? What do we want to build? What do we want to show as an example to our kids? What do we have to offer, and how far are we willing to go? Bottom line, baby, are we willing to burn the bridge? Are we willing to go on the other side of it, completely set fire to it and say, this is where we're at, this is where we're going to set up camp, this is where we're going to start the new world at? Abraham Lincoln was another example of somebody who did not even come into his success or come into his phase of life that he was destined to come into until he had took his first wife, or his second wife. I'm sorry, I believe his first wife passed away. Until he took his second wife. Anybody's familiar with Napoleon Hill? He's the first one to say that he created his mastermind group with his wife. He believes that that is the strongest form of building an understanding and a truth is with the person that you have taken as your husband or as your wife. And it got me to thinking, though, why is it that sometimes in marriages you have a positive strength, then you have a weak strength, then you have a give up strength, then you have a fight strength, you have all these different personalities coming into this union, when in reality that union should be built on a solid foundation with no bridges to keep going back and forth over. Bridge of negativity, the bridge of poverty, the bridge of hate, the bridge of I don't think, the bridge of versus going on one side, just burning the bridge down, saying this is where we're at, this is where we're going to set things up at. I would empower everybody to build a mastermind group with their wife or their husband. I think it's the most powerful thing in the world to do. Now, whether or not the other party is willing has everything to do with if they're willing to see the future versus what's in front of us right now. Because it's easy to get discouraged by what's happening at this moment. But I guarantee if you give yourself a couple minutes to reflect on your past, I bet you'll find a bunch of moments where something happened to you, and had you given up at that moment, you wouldn't have seen what happened next. Because almost after every trial or tribulation, there's something that is a positive reinforcement directly behind it. I would encourage everybody to have a mastermind group with their husband or their wife and come to a conclusion about what level you want to build on and where you want to be at in life. I mean, that's just my opinion.